Greetings and welcome, dear students. This lesson, The Night the Ghost Got In, was written by James Grover Turber. He was an American best known for his cartoons and short stories. This lesson clearly tells that too much of imagination will mislead the situation. The story begins with the young James Turber, who is the narrator, hearing footsteps as he was taking bath. It was 1 o'clock in the early morning. The sound was strange. He was frightened. His mother was sleeping in one room upstairs, his brother Herman in another room, and his grandfather in the attic. What do you mean by attic? Attic means a space or room inside or partly inside the roof of a building. Here you can see the picture of an attic. At first, James thought the footsteps might belong to his father and brother who had gone out, were expected to be back home at any time. But the sound was in his brother's or father's. He thought it was the sound of a burglar or a ghost. So James went to his brother Herman's room. The two boys waited at the top of the stairs, listening for the sound of the footsteps. After waiting for a few moments, the boys heard the footsteps circling the dining table like a man running and started up the stairs, moving towards them. So they rushed inside the room and slammed the door. What do you mean by slam? Slam means shut the door or window forcefully and loudly. The slamming of the door woke their mother. She also heard the sound and assumed it to be robbers. Since her phone was in the downstairs, she sought help from the neighbors by throwing a shoe at their closed window. Mr. Bordwell, the neighbor, came to the window angrily. After some initial confusion, he began to understand that there were no burglars in his own house and that he should call the police to help James Turber's family. The confusion of sound of robbers made a confusion around the house. The police who came there broke open the main door and started ransacking the whole house. They flashed the light everywhere. During the search, the police ruined the whole house. They spilled all the things from the drawers, opened the windows, and pulled down all the furniture. The floor was ransacked and clothes were torn. While pulling a suitcase, they found a sitar. What do you mean by sitar? It means a musical instrument. Here you can see the picture of a sitar. 5 or 6 policemen sprang for the attic door where the narrator's grandfather was sleeping. They rushed into his room without a word or warning. Grandfather mistook the policeman to be General Meade's men. He imagined that the policemen were deserters from General Meade's army. He thought that they had come there to hide themselves in the attic. He managed to grab the gun from the police and shot at them. Smoke filled the attic. They all finally got downstairs and locked the door against the grandfather. They took leave when the author promised to bring the gun to the station next day. Next morning, grandfather told that he only came to the dining room in search of water to quench his thirst the previous night. At once, everyone understood that the sound they heard was the footsteps of the old man walking around the dining table. Thus, the narrator's misunderstanding caused all the funny confusions in the house. Thank you.